Hey, seventh grade, how are you? I hope that you are doing well. I want to give a shout out to Landon and Lillian. You two are rock stars. You did great last week. So proud of you two. Um, Dominic, Brighton, Dalen, I know you guys can do it. This is hard, but I have confidence in all three of you. Start getting more of your work done. If you have any questions, let one of us know. Okay, so last week we talked about the War of 1812. And I know you probably thought we were done, but surprise, we're not. We did a brief overview of the War of 1812, and today I want to do more about the specific battles and a little bit more detailed of the war. And then I think we'll be done with the War of 1812. So we have our key terms and people. This gray box is where you can find a lot of the answers. Okay, early battles. In 1812, the United States launched a war against Britain. The British Navy had hundreds of ships. The U.S. Navy had fewer than 20 ships, but it boasted expert sailors and big new warships. American morale rose when its ships defeated the British in several battles. Finally, the British blockaded U.S. seaports. Okay, over here, underline the sentence that contrasts the U.S. and British navies. I'm going over this because this is one of your multiple choice questions. It is right here. Okay, the British Navy had hundreds of ships. The U.S. Navy had fewer than 20 ships. That is one of your answers. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay, the U.S. planned to attack Canada over land. The attack from Detroit failed when British soldiers and American Indians, led by Tecumseh, took Fort Detroit. Attacks from Niagara Falls and near Montreal failed when state militia troops refused to cross the Canadian border. They said they were not required to fight in a foreign country. This is Miko, by the way. She's one of my two kitties. In 1813, the United States planned to end Britain's rule of Lake Erie. Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry and his small fleet won the Battle of Lake Erie. General Harrison then marched his troops into Canada. He defeated a combined force of British troops and Native Americans. Tecumseh died in the fighting, harming the alliance of the British and the Native Americans. Okay, what effect did the death of Tecumseh have? This is another multiple choice question. The cat's moving the computer. Tecumseh died in the fighting, harming the alliance of the British and the Native Americans. There's another answer to a question. In 1814, Andrew Jackson won a battle against the Creek Nation that ended in the Treaty of Fort Jackson. Great Britain on the offensive. The British sent more troops to America after defeating the French in 1814. The British set fire to the White House and other buildings in Washington, D.C. The British also attacked New Orleans. Andrew Jackson commanded forces made up of regular soldiers. They included 2 battalions of free African Americans, a group of Choctaw Indian militia, and pirates led by Jean Lafitte. Although Jackson's forces were outnumbered, America won the Battle of New Orleans, the last key battle of the war. Andrew Jackson became a war hero. Another question, why was Andrew Jackson considered a hero? Right here. Although his forces were outnumbered, America won the Battle of New Orleans. Sadly, he was not a hero for bringing me Starbucks. Nope. Effects of the war. A group of New England Federalists met in Connecticut. Known as the Hartford Convention, the Federalists agreed to oppose the war and sent delegates to Congress. Before the delegates reached Washington, the war had ended. Slowly, communications meant that neither Jackson nor the Federalists heard that the Treaty of Ghent finished the war. Each nation gave back the territory it had conquered. Two consequences of the War of 1812 were intense patriotism in America and growth of American manufacturing. So, what ways did the war benefit the United States? This is your last question. Look, two consequences of the War of 1812 were intense patriotism in America and growth of American manufacturing. There's one more choice there. That is the wrong answer. Pick that one. Do not pick patriotism and nationalism. Do not pick growth of American manufacturing. Pick the other choice. Got it? Good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it for social studies today. I will be back on Thursday. Well, no, I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, with a review on this lesson. And then I will be back on Thursday with new material. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.